Now on BBC World News, Nadine Ghouri goes inside Kabul's Criminal Investigation Department as the city's police chief battles crime, corruption and drugs. Our world with the Kabul cops.
It's graduation day at Afghanistan's National Police Academy in Kabul. 500 new officers are getting ready to serve their country. Their starting salary for risking their lives? $100 a month. And this is the man who will lead them.
Dictionary yo problem, yo dar.
آموزش یافته یک آدم نیست، یک آدم متخصص مسلکی نیست. این آدم بنا بر رابطه ها در اینجا مقرر شده.
So is this the force to bring law and order to Afghanistan?
Afghanistan لپاره خدمت کن.
The city of Kabul is slowly being reconstructed after 30 years of war, but it's bursting at the seams. This was a city built for 1 million people, but as fighting has intensified across Afghanistan, the desperate and the poor from the countryside have flocked here looking for both work and safety. The population is now over 5 million. As Kabul's numbers have increased, so have the social problems. Talk to most Kabulis and they'll tell you rising crime and daily survival are far bigger concerns for their lives than the threat of terrorism.
Good morning, how are you?
I've come to Central Police Headquarters to meet the head of Kabul's CID, Criminal Investigation Department. General Ali Shah Paktiawal gave us exclusive access to film him and his men at work. The general holds court in his office. There's no front desk, so all day long streams of people come in and out, victims, suspects and officers. No decisions, however small, are taken without the general's approval, and every order must be signed by him. At the push of a button, his loyal men come running. General Paktiawal has one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. In the course of his career, he's been shot at, poisoned and blown up. He has a fearsome reputation, one which has earned him the nickname the James Bond of Kabul, and he's got a lot on his plate.
Robbery, murder, kidnap, terrorist activity.
Paktiawal and his men have come to raid a local bazaar he suspects of selling illegal goods. Radio equipment, sirens and fake number plates are often used by Afghan criminals to impersonate police. Uniformed officers have joined non-uniformed CID detectives on the raid. They soon find what they're looking for. Recently in Kabul, there have been a spate of kidnappings and rapes committed by men wearing police uniforms. It's often unclear as to whether the culprits are criminals posing as policemen or corrupt officers. Paktiawal is determined to root out the culprits. He wants to show that his men are not carrying out these crimes.
مردم فکر میکنه پلیس است. پلیس نمیباشه، اینمی را استعمال میکنه، اینمی را چیز میکنه، آخر اختتاب قتل سرکش. هر کس پتی اسناد دیدید، دادی پلیس الارم آورد، دا اسناد.
An officer is tasked with taking a record of the evidence.
تشریح شوان، کدام چیز گم شد، تراوالا شما میکنه.
But as the pile grows, the chance of working out which items came from which shop looks increasingly unlikely. All the men are treated exactly the same, arrested, presumed guilty. Along with the evidence, the shopkeepers are loaded onto trucks and driven to the station. The general later told me these men will face prison sentences of between 18 months and 3 years. It's unlikely they will be released before their trial, which could take months. The first their families will know of it is when they fail to come home that night.
Can you tell me what you have planned for today?
نن دو قضیه مګلرو یو قضیه چې کومه ده د قتل ده چې د درلا باغبالا په ساحه کې شوې ده دا د تحقیق لاندې ده یو درې سارقین د شپې موږ نیولي دي مسله سارقین چې غوښتلې د خلکو نه موټر په وتښتي یا پیسې په زور باندې واخلي دغه دستګیریم کړې ده او بل سهار یو واقعه موږ لرو چې یو ماین د بګرامه په ساحه کې د تورستانو د طرف نه ځای شوی ریموټ کنټرول سره د انفجار وکړی دی چې دوه خارجیان زخمي کړي دي.
Is this a particularly busy day, General, or is this a normal day, this list of things?
It's normal.
Police checkpoints like these are also an everyday part of life in Kabul. They are vital for protecting the city's residents and foreign aid workers.
And this is what they're trying to prevent at those checkpoints, suicide bombings. This is all that's left of the suicide attack a couple of hours ago. This car slammed into a British military convoy, seriously injuring 2 British soldiers and killing 3 Afghans.
These pictures, filmed by Paktiawal's men, show the immediate aftermath of the attack. Gathering evidence amid the carnage is an unenviable task. On top of this, Paktiawal's team also have to liaise with foreign troops and control a sizable crowd, who've come for a good look and the possibility of scavenging a bit of scrap metal.
These were the 3 men who were 3 armed robbers suspected from last night's raid. They've just been brought into custody to come and have an interview with the general.
Throughout the interrogation, the 3 men claimed they were totally innocent and that police planted the weapons on them. At the end of the day, it's the police's word against theirs. General Paktiawal decides who is telling the truth. His decision is final. Public trust in the Afghan police is extremely low, with critics accusing them of both corruption and brutality. But there's no doubting the 82,000-strong force risked their lives. Throughout Afghanistan, around 1,400 policemen were killed in 2008, 4 times the number of Afghan soldiers. And without a competent police force, there is little chance of stabilizing the country. Both the US and the European Union are funding new police reforms, spending over $3 billion on training, mentoring and equipment. But it's not enough to create a fully modern force. Shamtu is a promising young CID investigator working under the general. He's already seeing some improvements, but he hopes for a lot more.
Now I have the computer, also the camera, but he having the new technology. Example, here is a computer, but full time he does not connect it to the internet. ما تقاضا میکنیم از تمام کشورهایی که دست به استعانت ما دادن یا کمک به ما میکنن که تا در راستای بازسازی پلیس افغانستان یک انرژی کاملا